Maybe this is working. We'll find out in a minute. I see nobody here. Now I see 4. So maybe it's working. We'll see. How do I get show? Huh. All right. Comments will be over there. Okay. So I guess we got some folks on here. I got a list of stuff, and we'll do this. I think it's functioning that comments will. Yes. Iroquois Foreskin, Uncle Guns, Scott, Javier, Will over on Facebook. Awesome. Are they showing up over there as well? Yes, they are. Perfect. So I got the thing working the way it's supposed to. I'm always curious. My downside is like looking at the camera, I have no viewfinder of myself. Got a little monitor like right below the camera with all the comments, and the front of the camera, since I'm running HDMI into my laptop, does not, the viewfinder doesn't show me, it just says HDMI. So if it freezes, I won't know until I look over there and see it. But if it does, say something and I will refresh, and because I figured out how to fix it last week. Willie, hello, sir. So here is the disappointing news. We will not have Zach with us this evening. Adam, hello, sir. Mr. Bush is currently still driving, so he is not available. So we may push him back to next weekend. Crystal, hello, dear. Javier already got the questions. Ruger LCP 380, finicky about ammo. I have only fired 3 types of ammo through it. Winchester white box, which it was finicky with. SIG bulk 380, which it likes. And Lehigh Defense solid copper, the one that looks like a Phillips head screwdriver, and it likes that too. Tonight's live stream brought to you by Rock God Brewing Company, official sponsor of the Wednesday night live chats. So the reason that we are a Wednesday night live chat is Reflex Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Wednesday night is no-gi night. So this is like the no-gi live chat. However, I've not been there in over a week because my fucking thumb, but like I'm no longer wearing the thumb immobilizer, and I can bend it like this far before it hurts. Like that's pretty good, right? This one does a lot more, but it's getting better. So as soon as I can fucking like grab stuff, I'll be going back. I'm also in the middle of a fucking kitchen remodel that is sucking up most of my time. But regardless, no-gi live chat. That's what we're doing. And I promise, in the live chat on now Wednesday nights, you will not see me wearing a gi. It is a no-gi live chat. Gabe Adams, hello, sir. All right. So first thing on my list, no Zach. I guess I can go ahead and cross that off. If he gets to his destination in time and wants to pop on, like he's more than welcome. But currently he is driving to his destination, so we won't have him. So let's see. Where are we? Yesterday was the winter solstice, longest night of the year. Really highlights the importance of night vision. You got more night to use it. It was most valuable yesterday, but it's still a short night, but we're heading back towards the other direction. You could still get some night vision. Let's see. Javier says his new Ruger LCP Max doesn't like Remington Full Metal Jacket. Well, somebody, I don't know who, but some good looking fellow with nice calves has said on the interwebs for the last 7, 8, 9 years that Remington ammo is garbage. And there's that. Uncle Guns, same issue. Problem with a Remington of all calibers. Let's see. Mini Plus says, no, nobody's ever been shot in one of my classes. Strange that you ask. All of my previous employers have had people get shot in their classes, but none of mine. And I wasn't there for those, by the way. But thanks for asking, sweetheart. The athletic gait. Well, according to Pat, like, I don't know, Pat's an expert on athleticism, but that was his answer or his comment. I just, was kind enough to repeat it. But since the solstice started, that means we are currently deep. We're not deep, but we are into the Yule season. Sure, go ahead if you know how. I don't know how. But yeah, you can have at it, girl. I gave you the power. Use it however you want. With great power comes great responsibility. So the Yule season, hence my season's greetings shirt. I don't often wear red, but I figured since this was going to be my Yuletide no-gi Liveshat, I would go ahead and bust out my Krampus shirt. So good Yule to everybody else out there as well. I too had to save my pennies for a PVS 14, Gabe. It is what it is. They're expensive, but they're awesome. It's literally a fucking superpower. While you guys figure all that out, let's see what else we got going on. Oh, I have been asked a fucking 100 times if there was going to be any more Warrior Lodge spots over on Patreon, and one of the fellows that was in there lowered his, I guess, was it pledge, back down to like a reasonable amount and got out of the Warrior Lodge. So I opened his spot back up and it was gone in 2 hours. Like it never even got out of the alumni group. So yep, there was, and it's gone. Jane Cobb, what a great name. What a great name. Mike Closer, surprised to see you on here. I didn't get a text message right in the middle of the live chat. I can't remember what to fucking call this thing. Yes, the Red Through Crystal. Boy, since I've known you, I've probably worn a red shirt like 5 times. And certainly this was the first one like on the interwebs that I can recall. I was going to wear my new awesome Victos flannel, but it's really warm and I'd be up here like sweat rolling off me. So yeah, patron, the Warrior Lodge came, went. Sorry, George is probably out there somewhere fucking kicking himself right now for not being on Facebook, or he'd have seen it. Let's see. Let me cross that off. Yes, Scott, you are correct. You want a white phosphor PVS bad. It is all that and some. Oh. I used to have a double-sided axe, but I gave it away to the fella that DJ'd my wedding, like the after party. Well, Iroquois, Scott was talking about a different Don, but Don Numbers is more than welcome to come to the muster. I just have to ask him, I guess. I haven't talked to him in a couple of weeks, so that's my bad. But I will. I'll ask him. All right, Scott, go get some bourbon. Bourbon is good. Speaking of the muster, currently confirmed instructors for the muster. The entire staff of Tremis Dynamics. That'd be me, my FERPA instructor, Mike, Klaus. That's all of us. Sonny Pazikas will be there. Jonathan Aldridge of Iron Forge Consulting will be there. Joel Levan of Radius Factor will be there. Mike Drescher of 540 Defense will be there. Eli Patton of Garrison Concepts will also be there. So that's what we've got confirmed so far. And I'm pretty sure Dave Biggers will be there. He said he would, but he's got a fucked up schedule. So like he's probably got to double check that 7 times. Of course, it would be great if he came up and brought some stuff from SDS to show off, put it on the table, let people shoot it over at the range in the live fire portion. That would be cool. They got that new striker fired pistol. It's got a P in it. PX3 maybe. I don't remember. I saw it on the interwebs. Have not touched one, so I can't tell you anything about it. I do have an SDS shotgun down there that ran federal flight control perfectly, and it's with the low brass birdshot. It had some issues cycling, but it's brand new, so we're going to see if it doesn't break itself in. For a $200 shotgun, I don't expect it to be on par with like a 1301 out of the box, but put some lube on it. I have not lubricated or anything. And we'll see how that goes. I also have one of their 1911s in 9mm, like the GI style, but in 9. And we'll see what that does. Hopefully I'll get out here next week after the Christmas thing and get some rounds through it and see how that goes. Man, I wish I knew a mustard company. We could do the all hands mustard, but I don't know anybody that makes mustard. I mean, I know a guy makes barbecue sauce. I wonder if he can make mustard. That's it. Smitty's beard sauce. Smitty, if Kevin, if you're listening, can we make a mustard, like a limited edition mustard for the muster? Yes, if many of my favorite people are going to be there as well. I am going to do a 5.56 video, Adam, but I don't think I have any old Corbon 5.56. I had the blue tip. I have some Defiant, and I don't know who all makes 5.56 in solid copper. I guess I need to figure that out. I was definitely going to do a 5.56 shootout video, Adam. I was actually going to do it with like ballistic tips when the DDM came. Defiant did the DDM. I want to see how it compared to. I have a bunch of Fiocchi with the little red tip and somebody else's, but well, I guess I gotta now figure out who has all solid copper. Do all of them. Mike, I like where you're going with this. I don't know if Kevin does them, like knows anything about like a Carolina style, but now I have to get in touch with him. He did just send me a t-shirt with the new logo on it, so I should reach back out and be like, great shirt, and can we make a barbecue sauce? Because obviously he's not listening, or he'd have answered, I hope. All right, Willie says Hornady makes solid copper bullets, so I got to find some of that. Adam, I have the Defiant and I have the AK Defiant 2. I only have a box of each because I don't even of the AK. I don't have a 7.62 gun anymore. But I got it so that I could borrow a 7.62 gun and shoot some into some gel. We shot some into some gel when we did the pistol. But at 100 yards, we had to like balance it on a fucking railroad tie. And every time we shot it, like round, it would fall off the railroad tie as soon as it hit the gel would fall off. So it would go in and then like come out at an angle because the gel was falling as it was going through. So I wasn't really prepared that day when we were doing the pistol stuff. I didn't bring shit to set out at 100 yards, and it was raining and cold. So we were like, fuck it, we'll do it later. But maybe I'll just do some. I mean, I like to do a solid copper shootout 5.56, but I'd also like to just do the different Defiance that I have, because I like in the 5.56, I have the 55, the 62, and was it 77 that he makes in whatever fucking varieties they come in, because I don't remember off the top of my head. And I have some 308 and both of the 7.62s. I know he makes like Creedmoor and like 338 Lapua, and I think those are like match rounds though, not like shit for in gel. But I know someone with those, so maybe I could borrow them. We can still shoot them. Mars Mean Mr. Mustard. Oh, I like that. That could be like the guy on the cover. But yeah, when we get to when I go do it, Adam, if you want to send me a couple rounds of Super Vel, I probably need like 3 or 4 or whatever. A Defiant only video, sub AK and gel slow mo. I could do that. I gotta remelt all my gel. Like it's just in a tote in my basement. Just chunks of it where we cut out all the 9mm. I just haven't bothered reload or remelding it yet. It's probably not going to be until the spring because it's fucking cold out, like 29 degrees and shit. I don't want to stand out there and shoot. I don't want to set everything up in the cold weather. But I got to melt it all down anyhow, which I can't even currently do because our stove isn't even fucking plugged into the wall because I'm tearing up the floor of my kitchen. Scott, awesome. Fair enough. I'll replace your whatever you send me with something cool in return, so that you're not even out the money you already spent. How about that, Adam? Because I'm a nice guy like that. So yeah, the mustard's coming along. We got people confirmed for it. Spots are selling out. I have capped it. I'm just not telling you all what number I capped it at, but there'll be more than 100 folks there for sure. Javier says the first Ruger Marlins are hitting the shops this week. I saw a couple early reviews, guys that had like early versions of it to test, and it seems like it's pretty good quality, which in the last decade, Marlin was very hit or miss in their quality. Was it 4570 you said? The only downside is I want 444 Marlin, and I'd like I hope they like bring out a bunch of the models that Marlin had done, because like the 444 black was that's what I wanted, because it was like everything was black stock. There's like a black laminate stock, black laminate forend, but it came with the XS rail already on it and an XS stripe front sight. And then I'm gonna do like the Midwest rail, and it had like the big loop with paracord around it, like from the factory. So it was shit I was gonna put on that I didn't have to buy extra. So hopefully they Ruger releases that model, so I don't have to try and like I could just buy a rail and get it Cerakoted. Might do like a Vietnam Tiger Stripe Cerakote, put a Scout Light, maybe a Hollow Sun. Well, probably not a Hollow Sun. Probably do one of them Primary Arms Prisms, because man, those fucking things are nice. Like I think I like them better than any red dot made. Yeah, the Black Series I thought was awesome. I never actually heard anyone that had one to know if they had problems or not. There's a long story as to why I want a 444 instead of a 4570, but And when I finally get the fucking gun, it's going to be like, I'm going to hang it on the above the fireplace. It'll be my mantle gun. Maybe I'll get a can for it too. But I'll make a video on it and then tell the backstory as to why I wanted it. But it's somewhere down the line. Javier loves somebody named Henry. Oh, I mean, you and Henry, I hope you guys are happy together. I know it says that it's X-rated. I don't know. He wears magnums. But yeah, I'm actually looking forward to doing like a lever gun project at some point. I'll probably do it before I build a 1911. Although I'm gonna build a 1911 at some point too. Like not buy one. I'm gonna buy a frame, I'm gonna buy a slide, I'm gonna buy a barrel, I'm gonna buy the parts, and then I'm going to learn how to fit them all together. And it's gonna be my project gun. And I've told a few folks, kind of like you see a dude that has like an old Trans Am or Camaro in his garage that he's been tinkering with for 30 years. That's going to be, I don't know, fuck all about cars. So for me, it's going to be doing it on a 1911. And like, I understand how a 1911 works. I just don't know any of the tricks like fitting a thumb safety. So I'll be watching some videos and reading some books. I got the Kuhnhausen books. And then I'll learn how to fit a thumb safety and how to fit a barrel and et cetera, et cetera. So it'll be a interesting long-term project. Ooh, going with the big one. Oh yeah, when I build my 1911, I'll probably do it in 9mm. That's like a 95% chance, and a 99% chance it will be a Caspian frame, Caspian slide, and Barstow barrel. The rest of the parts I haven't decided. There'll probably be some Evolution Gunworks parts in there, and then who knows. But it'll happen at some point. Just it'll be after the lever gun. Unless I win the Powerball tonight, in which case I'm just buying shit. Oh, damn. Start with a block of aluminum and making your own frame. Fuck that noise. That's way beyond what I'm interested in doing. Although I can't wait to see how it turns out. I want to hear the stories of what problems you run into. How we got to talk about 1911s and lever guns. You guys get me all kinds of sidetracked. I don't currently own a 1911 or a lever gun, and here we are talking about them. I actually, the 9mm 1911 I have downstairs, which is the SDS one. There's a SDS branded magazine that came with it, and I have a couple of Ed Brown 9mm 1911 magazines. I haven't taken the gun out and fired it yet, but I hear that the Ed Browns work, so we'll find out. I know the Wilsons work, and actually the old Springfield ones I thought worked really well, like the ones that had the rib in the front instead of the spacer in the back, like it sent the 9mm towards the back of the mag instead of normally they put a spacer down the spine to push the round forward. And I know the most reliable 1911 I ever owned was my Springfield 9mm one. Won a couple state championships with that. Oh, right on. He's going to CNC it. That's probably the smart way to do it. And Colt, you are absolutely correct. If someone said, I need you to take this block of aluminum and make it into a 1911, I would start with a 4-inch grinder. I'd probably finish with a 4-inch grinder. Fisher had a badass 9mm. I'm sure he did, because like, have you seen that dude's collection of pistols? They're all pretty badass. I don't know why they're not all 9mm, but he's got a bunch of cool like Nighthawk 1911s, and like I drool over the pictures too. But I'd be happy with one just to build it and have fun building it. I'm not ever going to carry a 1911, like Scouts Honor, whichever hand you raise for that. Awesome. Scott signed up for 2 of his classes. Oh, you're going down and doing the ones down in at Hilltop. That's cool. what's he doing down there? Shotgun and some, what are the other ones, like shooting on the move pistol and shooting on the move shotgun, carbine, rifle, whatever he calls it. Interesting that he has classes that aren't shooting on the move. I think all classes should be all shooting on the move. Well, maybe not all, but 90%. Good deal. I hear awesome shit about his shotgun class. I had a rifle class with him, and I thought it was great. A bunch of, I don't know, about 15 people in it, all running ARs except me. I was running a 308. Right. Scott says he's doing rifle, pistol. Those are both on the move. Like all pistol and rifle shots should be on the move. And then his shotgun class. It'll be good stuff. Steve's funny as fuck. Ooh, rum barrel 1911 grips. I was going to sugar cookie my 1911 grips, but I bet you, I know there's some rum barrels that currently are sitting idle. They recently aged some Imperium. Might be able to scoop those up and make some 1911 grips out of those, and then just put them on for pictures and shit. And then if I want to actually go use the gun, take those off and put on some sugar cookie grips. Scott, like I got to tell you, that's a great choice. Good call. I knew there was a reason we keep you around. All right. Nothing is frozen over there. Fuck, we're a half hour into this thing already. I only wanted these things to be a half hour long, but it's fucking the holidays and we're celebrating. I haven't even hit everything on my list yet. I guess I'm really only missing a couple of things. I may have mentioned it last week, but there are subdued pirate flag patches coming. I don't have a way to share a picture with them because I don't have a picture of them handy. I only have a picture. I don't actually have them in my hand yet, but we got those coming. It's like an olive drab background with a khaki skull. It'd be pretty cool. Maybe I'll put those up for pre-order before the year's up. I don't know when I'm going to have them because it's the holidays and like nobody works. Actually, nobody works at all anymore. But that's a whole separate thing. But the other thing that's happening right now over on that website that I might put the patches up on is Mod 1 sling dubers are being retired. So if you wanted one with the HK style clips, there are no camo tabs left. There's just a couple coyote and one or two olive drab or ranger green. Sorry. I dropped the price on them. And if you guys want one, get it before January 31, or then I'm cutting the tabs apart, stealing the HK hooks off of them and using them for some other projects. And there'll never be any more Mod 1 sling dubers done. Take it easy, Javier. I will see you later. See, that's the thing, Crystal. I thought the black patch was pretty subdued too. It's black. There's a tiny little bit of white. There's also white in multicam, but people wanted like a subdued one. So then I made the multicam ones. And they're like, yeah, but we wanted solid colors in subdued. So got those coming too. Well, stay 9mm carbine. I probably won't ever buy one, but like ballistically, they don't do anything that a Glock 19 doesn't do. And I mean, they might be a little easier to aim at long distance, but they don't shoot any further than a Glock 19 does. They're not any more accurate than a Glock 19 is. They're just easier to use at longer distances than a Glock 19. So I'd rather just carry a Glock 19 or some random equivalent to a Glock 19. However, at this point, I'm also thinking that ammo is so hard to find, especially rifle ammo is still fucking expensive. And 9mm isn't cheap, but comparatively, it's a better deal. So I think that, in under the price of like 2 cases of ammo, you can make your money back on buying a 9mm carbine. So for training purposes, it does seem like now would be a time to scoop one up. Just so that you could go out and train with ammo that's more affordable. And, if you want to take a couple classes in 1 year, it'll pay for itself before the year is up. So there's value in it. Some people kid themselves into thinking that, like a fucking 16-inch barrel with a 9mm round will do something that a 4-inch barrel won't do. And fact is, it's not. It doesn't do anything better. And they're definitely fun. Like Colt says that things sweet, like they're fun to shoot because there's like no recoil. So, as far as fun goes, that's pretty awesome. But you know what else is fun? A fight light upper or Shrike, the belt fed AR upper with an FRT trigger in it. Those are pretty fun too. It's just a lot more expensive to shoot. And no, I don't have one. I just know they're fun to shoot. Oh, that would be pretty cool. Echo 9mm trigger. That could be pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie, it'll be fun. And I can't remember who I promised it to, but I have a prototype 33 round Glock magazine here, 35 round maybe. Because isn't there already like a Glock 33 round? If there is, I think this one might hold 2 more. But I have a prototype from a company that I can put it in my Glock 19s, but I think somebody with a pistol caliber carbine that takes Glock magazines would probably enjoy it more. So I'm trying to find someone local that we can head out to the range and we can I can take some video of the magazine. We can shoot it, see how it does, and then they can just keep it when they're done. But I got to find someone like close to my house that's got a 9mm carbine that uses Glock mags. All right, Scott says 33 is the long one. So I think this one's 35 then, and it's not made by Glock, nor is it made by someone that you probably expected to make Glock magazines. So, excuse me, it's somebody else's. And I just picked up a Gen 5 MOS 19, and while I can stick it in that, it's kind of dumb for like a fucking 30 round magazine and a pistol. So, see, Scott, if you were close, not only could I borrow the carbine to use, I'd give you the magazine when I was done, and we'd probably do a lot of other cool shit together too. Just saying. Speaking of cool shit, I spent all morning this morning typing up a role player's handbook for scenario-based force on force. So instead of just letting the role player see the lesson plan that the instructor uses for each scenario, I am typing each scenario up. So like if I have a scenario description that's like this big, printed on paper, the role player version is like this big, because it literally says to the role player number 1 is the bad guy. If the student does this, you do this. If he does that, you do this. And a role player number 2, who might be the other bad guy, or maybe the student's, traveling partner or whatever, or the randoms just standing around, like all of them have their roles listed out with contingencies for what students do. So I'm putting a lot of extra work into the what the information that the role players get, so that they have, like, we don't have to worry about the role players like breaking script, because I actually have a fucking script, and we won't just have to rely on them knowing what to do or giving them the hand signals. There's still hand signals. Like if you, if a force on force instructor does not have a set of hand signals to work with his role players, they're wrong, because then they're just letting the role players dictate the actions. Like they don't have any control over them. But yeah, it's all morning, just like literally, I felt like I was working in Hollywood typing up fucking screenplays and shit. $40 round mag for an M&P. Where the fuck did you find that? That sounds awesome. Yes. Kevin's coming over to the live chat. There he is. Smitty'sBeardSauce.com. What a great fucking user's name. Paul, you caught in late. Our special guest is driving, so he can't check in with us because he's not somewhere he can stop and do that. So we might get him next week. But we do have the one and only Kevin Smitty Smith of Smitty's Beard Sauce in the comment section. He's over on the Facebook, but I think on the screen you can see all the comments from both. So, Kev Bo, this is what we're thinking. We need, since I'm doing this big shindig in August, and it's called the All Hands Muster, kind of like, you know, a Navy term, maybe a Marine Corps term too. I think they might use the word muster. Anyway, somebody here earlier in the comments, I think it was my friend Mike, came up with, we need a all hands mustard. And we don't know what makes mustard, but we know there are mustard based barbecue sauces. And we're like, fuck it. We should get Smitty to make some Smitty's all hands mustard based barbecue sauce. What do you think? Man, we all love you too. I'm almost finally used the fucking 18 gallons of barbecue sauce. I'm getting ready to order some more. Oh, do you guys get to see that too? Or did just I see that? I guess it was just me. I got a little comment from Restream telling me I've received 100 messages. Ooh, perfect. We need a mustard-based sauce. I don't know fuck all about it, man. But yes, Crystal is on it, like a mustard or a Carolina Gold type sauce, which I am a big fan of. I'm not gonna lie. Um, 6'3", 260. Yeah, I would guess a large plate. I don't know if there's a size, Mike, about like what you should have based off of your size. Rich, hello, sir. A long time no here. I'm glad that you popped in. I haven't seen you in forever. Don't know how much you were able to travel over this way. I'm not traveling your way. Sorry. Hope you are doing well. Paul, yes, you need to go order some of Kevin's sauce. All right, Kevin, I'll shoot you a message over here at some point and we'll talk about what we can do for, and you can come up to the muster. Like you have a whole fucking table of your sauces and come get some training and shit. Like if you want to come up, man, like I got a space for you. Let me catch up on the comments. Yes, I saw there was a bot as well, Uncle Gun, some Russian dude or something. And Scott, good deal. Like you are pretty okay. There you go. Another big Mike says use standard 10 by 12s. I use, like, I'm kind of wide, short, but wide. I still use 8 by 10 plates. Well, Rich, when you get a chance to come on over to the stateside, shoot me a message and let me know when you're coming, where you're going to be, because we might be able to link up. Paul says he will cook up some good food. Well, we have a couple food vendors already, but you are more than welcome to cook up some food. Tommy, hello, sir. It's good to see you. Come in a little late, but like I guess I'm still here. Trying to keep these things to a half hour, but you guys drug it out to 45 fucking minutes already. Awesome. Crystal, you heard him. He says go nix the bot because Uncle Gun says that they're trouble. Oh, speaking Uncle Guns, I sent you some stickers and shit. Hopefully you got them. I was supposed to do that a long time ago, and somehow you slipped through the cracks. It's all right. There were 3 of you I owed stickers to, so I got them all out last week. Of course, it's the mail, so you may fucking never get them. Who knows? Crystal is on top of it. He is gone. And this is why I gave her all the power. Is that 2 people in one night, Crystal? Damn. All right, I got everything on my list done. Well, apparently, one of the other confirmed sponsors, other than Rock God Brewing, Basin Coffee, Garrison Concepts, Iron Forge Consulting, and League of Pirates, it's going to be Smitty's Beard Sauce. How cool is that? That'd be fucking badass. I did not get the Primary Arms Micro Prism 3X. I have 2 of the 1Xs, one with the green reticle and one with the red reticle, and they are awesome. If I had the need or desire for a 3X, I would certainly be willing to try theirs based off of the 1X prisms, and I have a couple other 1:8s that I have no issues with whatsoever. One of them 1:8s has been beat the fuck up, and it still is perfect. So, I would certainly try the 3X. 3X isn't. I don't have anything that would be the perfect optic for. Oh, good, you got them. Scott, I almost bought a first focal plane on the second one. The first one I got was free, and it was a second focal plane, and so I didn't have a choice in the matter. The second one I bought, but what I wanted was on 1X, the reticle to be big. So because it's got like the horseshoe with the chevron in it, I wanted the horseshoe to be fucking huge at 1X. So I just bought another second focal plane and saved $100. I have a 4-14 from them that's first focal plane, and works great, but it's a 4-14. I have it in a 308. I'm actually pretty impressed with everything that Primary Arms has made. The only thing, like, they have some scopes made in Malaysia, some in Japan, and some in China. And I like the 4-14. I don't remember where it was made. The 1-8s are made in the Malaysia, according to a post that Dimitri made. It was Malaysia or Indonesia, somewhere not fucking China. My concern with the Chinese ones is that like, we're gonna go kinetic with China at some point, and like all that shit's just gonna stop. And I know that they can then work at having stuff made somewhere else. The problem is I think anything made in Asia is gonna run into severe problems for shipping over here, even if just anything going hot and loud in Asia will potentially keep anything from being shipped here. So the iPhone people, I don't know what they're going to do. I don't even, fuck, I think everything's made over there. Like even the Korean phones that are obviously vastly superior to iPhones, that will, shipping will be disrupted from Korea as well if we get things ugly with China. So, well, my recommendation for folks is like you should buy shit like that affordable stuff that's coming from Asia, like right now, because shit could get ugly fast enough that you won't get anything after that. Mike, I bet a 3X Prism woodwork with a fixed front sight AR. I'll bet you at 3 power that thing is just barely like a shadow in the bottom of the reticle. You know what I'll do? I can't answer for positive, but I will take my 1 to 8. I'll put it up to 3 power and flip the front sight up and report back to you about how much it interferes. But usually the higher the with magnification, the higher obviously, the more those close things that would obscure your view don't seem to matter. All right, Scott, you said you were leaving a while ago. And Scott, 308 AR Midwest makes an 18-inch. I know because there's one downstairs. My Midwest 308 is an 18-inch. So if they don't have one in stock, I know they make it. And as a matter of fact, I have an extra Criterion 18-inch 308 barrel. So even if you bought like the 13.5-inch or whatever 16-inch, like I know someone with a spare barrel that's only had like 200 rounds through it that you could probably work a pretty good deal out with. And either probably not a great sale price going on now like there was on Black Friday, but for future reference, if they have everything you want except the barrel length, I have an 18-inch Criterion barrel that came on my Midwest 308. I got a Ballistic Advantage 308 barrel for T&E, and I like it just fine too. So I do have an extra 18-inch barrel floating around if you need it. We'll work something out. And good night. Not to the whole world, but to Scott because he's running. Although I won't be here long because I'm out of beer. Did I hit everything else? Let me see how I scroll onto this. All right. Von Gunther. Well, good Yule to you, my friend. Tequila sounds tasty. It's not that tasty. It's not like rum, but oh, well, see, then Mike, you already tried it out. You could always whack that fucking front sight off, throw a longer rail on it, put a flip up on it, unless it's like a duty gun, in which case you're not allowed to do that. Oh, look at Colt fucking being all fancy, gonna pour up some Imperium. By the way, I have your other 2 Imperiums. I just haven't got around to mailing them because there's a lot of packing and whatnot going on to mail those. I also got a couple. I got to mail a couple for Iroquois Foreskin up there, who's in this chat somewhere, and I have to go pick those ones up. So I probably will mail them all at the same time. There's going to be a giveaway of some Imperium next August at the muster. I have a bottle set aside as a prize there too. Actually, currently you can still buy some right from fucking Rock God, but come August of next year you won't be able to. So one of them bottles is going to get donated as a prize, and we'll do some cool stuff for prizes. Eli Patton of Garrison Concepts is donating some IFAKs, med kits, whatever he's calling his. And see, Iron Forge Consulting's throwing in some tourniquets. And League of Pirates is sending some swag. And there'll be some Rock God booze to go at giveaway. And Tremis Dynamics will be donating some stuff. Paul is off till March. Well, my friend, you should figure out what you want to do, and you should drive your ass up here and we'll do it. Notice how I'm making you drive. Just saying. I hate driving. Ambi, your 2 ARs. Well, let's think about that for a minute before we go too far. What needs to be Ambi on an AR? A huge fan of Ambi safeties. I like being able to flip it safe to fire either side. I actually use the right side more than I use the left side. The charging handle's already ambidextrous. All of them are ambidextrous. Mag release. All my left-handed shooting, I don't have an ambi mag release. And I am a big fan of ambidextrous bolt catches. However, a lot of those ambi lowers have only ambidextrous bolt releases. Like you can drop the bolt forward from the right side, but you can't lock it back from the right side. I don't care about dropping the bolt. I use a charging handle for that, but I really would like to be able to lock the bolt to the right side from the right side, which is why I use bad levers. I do not use bad levers to drop the bolt. Not a fan, but I do use them for locking it to the rear. That I am a fan of. I like the ambi safety von Gunther. I have little like dwarf hands, and their fingers aren't fat, so maybe they're like elf hands. But regardless, like flipping the gun to fire with my thumb is easy. Super hard to flip it back to safe. So when my finger comes out of the trigger guard, I use my finger to flip it back to safe. So I like having that one on the right side. Well, Mr. Foreskin, when I shoot left-handed, I do use my index finger to lock it to the rear, which is also easier with the bad lever because it's a giant fucking bar. I can hit it anywhere and it pushes it into the lock position when I run the charging handle for malfunction clearances and whatnot. That's why I like being able to lock it to the rear without having to like take my hands off and all kinds of shit. And now I know dudes with like fucking big ass long gorilla thumbs that have an extra knuckle on them and shit. Like they can flip the gun back to safe real easy on the left side, and more power to them. But I can't, so I like it that way. Yes, bad levers have a. I know a lot of people, like way too many people, that have had NDs by dropping the bolt with a bad lever. But you never have an ND locking the bolt to the rear with a bad lever. So it's just a matter of what you choose to use it for. I still have nothing left. I thought it would refill itself if I set it over here. Like that scene from that Marvel movie with Thor and the time traveling guy. The Doctor Strange, where he keeps filling it up. Oh yeah, I have seen them as well. The 80s NDs or whatever you want to call them, the discharges that were not intentional. And I've seen him at multi-gun matches. I have seen him in class. So yeah, there is an issue with dropping the bolt with them. That like Serpa holsters, fingers are going places where I don't like them to go. But man, for locking them to the rear, they're good for that. You just have to use them for the purpose that they work well for, and not use them for the purpose that they suck for. Speaking of like using the bad lever, which is one issue, but like I'm doing a whole set of videos for folks, like a before you come to class set of videos. I have a couple already, but I have a whole list on my whiteboard of videos to record. And in the next month, you will probably start seeing those things drop onto the YouTubes, and things like, reloading a rifle, loading a rifle, clearing malfunctions on a pistol, clearing malfunctions on a rifle, like all those things that are like the first hour and a half, 2 hours of a class. There will be videos dropped for. So hopefully that first hour or 2 hours of class goes smoother and quicker, so we can get to do more shooting on the move. So the videos are coming. There is I put a lot of things in place to make making videos easier for me. and they probably already would have been done if I wasn't doing this fucking stupid kitchen remodel, but they are coming, and yay. So the patrons who are like, where the fuck are my fucking free videos I pay for? You will get them. They are definitely coming. But I've been on here for an hour, and it was great talking to you guys on the No Gi live chat. Next week, we are going to try again to have Zach as our special guest. And eventually, if he can't ever make it on our No Gi Wednesday live chat, I got some other guests that I want to have on here. And as it turns out, I think I can have up to fucking 10. Like, we could have a big round table thing. So maybe that would be cool. And if there are dudes that you'd like to see have a big round table, or even just individual guests, like post it over on the book face, and or send me a message. Like, you can comment here, but I'm about to close this off, so I won't see your comments. But get in touch with me and tell me people you'd like to see, and I'll see if we can't do it. This new restream shit that I'm using to do YouTube and Facebook at the same time allows me to have a bunch of people on, so we should do that. There are actually some good 2-piece free float handguards out there, Mike. I don't I don't care if they're, still have the cap on the end. I know Midwest makes one. I've never used one because I just have all their their normal rails, but I used the Daniel Defense Omega rail for a while, and man, I love that rail for a quad rail. It's probably the nicest quad rail that I've ever had on a gun because it was really skinny. But yeah, I'd put a 2-piece rail on and not have an issue with it. And if you can remove the fixed front sight, by all means, I would do so and get a flip up. Like all my ARs have iron sights, but I only use them so that I can maintain my proficiency. I've never had fucking optics go down where I need them. I keep them on there as like a peace of mind. And on some rifles, they're the tertiary sighting system. So I to me, folded down and out of the way is way better. I will absolutely put Jonathan on a live stream. I got no issue with that. Does he do live streams? I don't know. I've never seen him come visit one of my live streams, but I'll put him on. We can talk about what he plans to do for the muster, which of course he probably hasn't planned anything yet because I haven't told him how long the blocks of instruction are going to be. But I know he's donating some medical gear, so that's pretty cool to give away to folks, and I'll let him figure out how to give it away unless he just says, no, you figure it out. But yeah, I'll put Jonathan on. I got no issue with that. If you talk to him before I do, tell him to talk to me about it, because I'm not going to send him a message at past 9 o'clock at night saying, hey man, you want to be on a live stream sometime next month? Oh yeah, the pedophile stash. He needs to do something about that. I know he's a big fan of the gas mask shit, but he needs to do something about that mustache. Anyway, I'm about to head out of here. It's been an hour. I got shit to do. I don't really, but I pretend like I have shit to do. So y'all think that even at 9 o'clock at night, I'm, slaving away to make classes better. Or I might actually go type some up on the role player handbook before the evening's over. But either way, I got to get off of here to go do that. So you guys can go do your thing. Very merry holiday season and stuff and whatnot. Good Yule, as I like to say. A lot of people are having their holiday thing in the next few days. So I will see you on the 29th, I think it is, next Wednesday for the No Gi live chat. And Jeff, you got here just in time to say goodbye. Douchebags, brother Dick. Hey man, thanks for stopping by. I know you don't show your face on the internets, but we should do something together. And anyhow, I will talk at y'all later. Good Yule, and take it easy out there. Now I'll see if I can't close this thing out. I don't even know how to do it. Why is that pop-up window?